welcome back to the Tee Off, an Australian podcast about the awesome sport of disc golf. My name is Paddy Robinson. I'm in the booth with Timmy Bowen. Timmy, it's 2026. We're back, mate.
Mate, what a hiatus we had. I think we had
a break.
We had the entire summer off.
Yeah. How good was it?
Felt bloody good, mate.
Yeah,
to be honest.
It was a bit of a battle to come back, to be honest.
But we're back.
What'd
you do over summer, Paddy?
Oh, I just relaxed. I didn't have to work over Christmas.
Good boy.
It was. It's been pretty good. I got to play a little bit of disc golf too,
Mate,
Timmy.
We've been playing more casual rounds than ever. The sun's been out. It's been absolutely gorgeous down in Geelong lately.
Yeah.
But now summer's finished, so back into the hole we go, and renewing the podcast.
Yeah, which has been pretty exciting. Plenty of stuff happened over the summer. We're going to get into a few things like some sponsorship moves. We've had the first DGPT event come back this weekend, so we're going to have a bit of a look at that as well. And there has been a little bit on the event calendar down in Oz and in New Zealand, so we might touch just briefly on a few of them as well. But pretty keen to get back into it, Timmy.
Mate, let's roll.
Alrighty.
What's news around the world, around Australia? What's news? What's happened and who's spoken?
All right, Timmy.
All right, mate. We have the first Elite Series event of the year, done and dusted. Discraft's Supreme Flight Open, presented by Florida's Adventure Coast. I struggle immensely to pronounce the word Supreme Flight Open. It just seems like a lot of tongue action in there, Paddy. So, please just forgive me if I have a bit of a misadventure pronouncing that.
I don't know. It sounds tasty.
It sounds like a pizza. I think we spoke about this last year. Anyway, it's done and dusted, and you wouldn't believe who won MPO. It was Big Ricky Raptor Legs Wysocki returning to the leaderboard. I had a look. This was his first Elite Series win since 2024.
Jeez, just keeping that streak alive.
Yeah, he won an A-tier last year,
yeah.
But that was literally his only win for the entire year, and he's already ticked off 2026.
Yeah.
Checkmark success already.
I tell you what, pretty exciting going into that final round. There was a lot of people, your pre-COVIDs that were sitting there thinking, oh, this is a good old-fashioned Ricky Paul battle. And if you watch the final round, that first hole was kind of like, oh, here we go, because Ricky sent it straight into first available. And you thought, all right, Macbeth is just licking his chops. And then he ended up taking a triple bogey on the first hole.
He drops way down. And,
down.
He did recover, though. He shot a 6 down in the final round, and he finished in third place.
Yeah.
We had Gannon Burr course record in the final round, 13 down, second place.
Yeah.
Kyle Klein.
What was their rating on that in the end? 10.95 it's saying at the moment, Timmy, which is pretty damn impressive.
It feels like it should be an 1100, that one. It was just streets above everybody else.
And I tell you what, just watching it, Ricky, he was just holding in the whole time. Mm-hmm. Like, the putting looked pretty solid, but the scrambling, which I think is what Ricky is most amazing at. Like, yes, he can hit some big putts. He's got an elite forehand and all that, but I don't know whether anyone quite scrambles like Ricky, because there were some insane shots.
I'm looking at the stats, 93%, 14 out of 15 scramble percentage for Ricky. In comparison, Gannon 79%, Macbeth 67%, and Kyle Klein 67%. So you're right. He's in a league of his own. The putting across the board was pretty immaculate. Like,
they looked like they had the weather for it too, to be honest.
It didn't look like there was much wind whatsoever, which very envious of.
Did you see the putt of the tournament?
Oh, mate, are you talking about Macbeth's turbo? Because that's the putt of the tournament for me. Hole 14.
100%.
I don't think I've ever seen Macbeth turbo ever. And he just busts this there. He's like, this is the only way to get the disc in the basket from here.
Yeah.
And of course he hits it.
Through a tree. Like, not gimme range
at all.
By any means.
He's stretched all the way out. The only way to sort of feasibly get a throw, around the tree is turbo, and he sneaks it in. Amazing. He putted at 97% C1X.
Mate, that's scary.
And all the boys are, big putting from C2. Kyle Klein 50%, Macbeth 35%, Gannon 44%, and Ricky 42%. So pretty crazy stats. I just want to point out, we scroll down the list, and actually, before we move on to that, Ricky, he almost choked on hole 18 as well.
Yeah, he had a couple. He made a mistake. All
he had to do was get up on top of that cliff there, Paddy, and he went straight OB. But luckily, cooled his nerve and got up and down from the edge of that lower tier.
Had a couple of strokes to work with, yeah.
That's it. Got to tap in for the win, so very nicely done. I got a shout out. So Sullivan tipped in fifth place, tied with Chandler Kramer.
Yeah.
Who actually wasn't registered into this event. He missed out and then earned a wild card spot and only throws forehands, Paddy.
Yeah.
Which he makes the forehand viable with the way he throws them. He's throwing forehands on backhand holes and still scoring, like 18 down. He's only, 6 shots off Ricky. It's pretty crazy.
Oh, so the disc knowledge, the angles that he is working with, the understable discs as well, like throwing those shots through trees, shaping.
Literally,
just
no one throws the disc like that.
So cool.
Like literally no one.
Yeah.
Is there anyone that's even close to that level of angle control?
I think probably I would say Nate Sexton and Big Germ, but we obviously don't see them as much anymore. But
I mean, Sexton was in the booth and he was like astonished at how Kramer was scoring.
Yeah.
He said, like, I've just never seen it. One of a kind.
I think the biggest thing, like, yes, those forehands were insane and giving him the opportunities, but his putting was just elite as well. Like
range.
Hitting
C2s.
a lot of C2s, which... Yeah, we don't really hear much from Chandler, so I hope that's something he's been working on the off season. It's just coming through.
Maybe you don't follow him. I hear a few complaints. He's just kind of mixed up. He's been jumping around sponsors and whatnot. He's one of those maybe a slightly tricky customer. I don't know. I get that feeling.
Okay,
but anyway, he's up and running, and he qualifies for USDGC with that performance. So. Very nicely done. Keen to see a little bit more of him.
That's the way to start the year.
Got to move over to FPO. We had a win for world champion Owen Scoggins, a 4-shot victory over Holland Hanley with Taylor Kochek in tie for second and Lisa Fakis in fourth place.
I mean, there's a couple of names like Taylor. We know this chick is an athlete. If you follow her on Instagram,
she looks fit.
She is an actual athlete, and we're seeing that, like, the stuff that she can do, how far she can throw. She's been slowly up and coming, so it's pretty amazing to see that she's got a podium, and she had a chance to win it as well. So
she was leading going into the last round, I think. It was just Owen. She shot lights out. What, she have an 8 down? It was rated 10-20, which is big.
Huge on the round ratings as well.
Just looking at the stats, all those girls in the top 3, top 4 even, Lisa included, they were all very similar. So, I mean, Taylor, I kind of know her for distance throwing, and she's got that sort of physical prowess that not all of the ladies in FPO have. But her C1X percentage, 86%, I like the look of that. Again, all of the girls falling a little bit short from C2, 8% Lisa, Taylor was 13, Holland 23, and Owen just 11%, which is pretty poor by Owen's standards.
The other one is Lisa Fakis. That's pretty cool to see her up there. She had an insane birdie on one of the holes where she threw in.
Yeah, that's right.
It was a birdie from
the celebration was
240 feet or something.
Awesome stuff.
Unreal. And look, the last one I wanted to shout out, Sophia Donecki, Donecki? Donecki?
I always say Donica. Sophia Donica.
That sounds better than Donecki. Anyway, Sophia, it's awesome to see her finishing top 10. I kind of want to watch Taylor and Sophia this year. I feel like, again, Sophia, absolute athlete. And yeah, I reckon they've been pushing the envelope for a while to me. I want to see some more top 10 finishes from them, if
me
not
too.
a win.
I also want to see one from Paige Pierce. So I need to shout out. I'm always on the Paige Pierce train because, mate, she was the bee's knees for so long in FPO. She opened up her account in 2026 with an 899 rated at 7 over par, but followed it up in round 2 with a 1000 rated 6 down. So, I don't know. Full roller coaster. Maybe some early season nerves.
We've got Kat Murch and Katrina Allen in that mix there as well. So, I don't know. Let's see some big things this year.
Look, the thing to say about Supreme Flight Open is, I don't know why I try and pronounce it every time, is that course, the Olympus course, is difficult and it's very long and it's not for everybody's game. So
this is the one that Macbeth came in and sort of revamped it.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
By the way,
awesome. It looks bloody awesome on coverage.
Olympus. That is the coolest name for a course. I think that's and super cool trophy. Yeah. Like it's a column.
Tower.
Yeah. Like a
cool.
Greek mythology, tower. I reckon it's awesome. Column.
Yeah. Column. Very good.
Nice.
All right. Let's move on to the Aussie field. And look, let's be honest, we've missed a whole stack of events. So we're just going to recap.
Oh, tell me that C2 average. I want to hear that for the Aussie event. Now we're getting into it.
I haven't. I'm going to actually let's just shout him out right now. Matt Green from Tassie with the Aussie stats.
Ugh.
How much of a stir did that cause in MPO? Everybody's got the nerves now. Like we don't even want to win. We just want to make sure our stats look good.
I think my favourite thing to come out of this is so we'll get into the Tassie Open soon, but Jade was talking a bit about the stats going into it because there's an agreement amongst the MPOs to, like, this year, every event that we play, we're going to chuck the stats in so we can get a bit of a read on everything. And apparently Austin has set them as a challenge that they should be putting C1 at 80%.
That's elite. That's like US elite, Austin. 80%'s far too high.
Anyway, apparently, every putt Jade had in the first round, all he could think of was like 80%, 80%. Oh, there goes my C1.
Mate, I'm literally my C2 is the most nervous I've ever been from C2 now. It's because all I care about is the percentages. There was such a big debate as to whether to count. So let's get straight into the debate, shall we?
All right.
It was whether you should count every single disc lie that you have in C2 as a C2 putt, regardless of whether you do putt it. So do you count layups as a missed putt, or can run it? So if you're a C, because a lot of our baskets in Australia, let's be honest, are right next to just heavily dense rough. So you could be 18 meters away from a basket with legitimately no feasible way of getting the disc to the chains in a manner that can go in. Do we count that as a missed putt?
Yeah, why not?
I mean, I think that's the general consensus. C2 is C2.
You've landed in C2. Does it? I mean, you're just scoring what it's doing. So, I mean, in your head, you can say it's a layup. That's fine. But, I mean, you've landed in C2. You've laid up. That's where the next one goes. Even if you tried to run it, what's the matter?
That is the objective way to look at it. I would prefer it to be the reflection of your putting stats. And look, I played with someone in Tassie who went 1 from 8 from C2. Sorry, they went 0 from 8 from C2.
Yeah.
But only 1 out of those 8 was an actual run.
Yeah.
And I was like, well, you missed, I mean, it's still 0% either way you look at it. But you missed 1 from 1, but the stats say you missed 1 from 8.
Yeah.
I just don't like it. And look, I get the need for objectivity, but then go one step further. How do you mark on the fairway and off the fairway?
Yeah, I think this has sparked a lot of debate. And I'm sure like 80% of the Aussie listeners probably don't give a shit about this. But I don't know. I think... What is the intended fairway? And if you're sitting off that, I think then you count that as you're off the fairway. Like, doesn't really matter. Like, it might sort of explain, because there was a couple of times I was C1 at Hobart, but you're so far in the shit. Like, to get that putt in would be miraculous. So, you're on hills, just play safe and lay up. But I genuinely, if I did not have a look, or if there was nothing, or if I'm throwing like a little scuba out just to lay up, I'll say I'm off the fairway. That's cool. That's fine.
I agree. It's off the fairway.
Yeah.
For some reason, C1, I'm kind of like, I feel like there's very, 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 very few situations where in C1 you can't physically get it to the chains. So C1 are kind of, they're like 100%. But C2, absolutely, there's off the fairway in C2.
I think if you can have a stance and you're looking at, like we deal with natural OB, it's just that's how we do it. So if you're kind of there and you've got a look, then I think you're probably fine to put it in whatever you want to do. If you want to put it that it's off fairway, okay, whatever.
You're not fine, Paddy. That's what the MPO discussions Facebook chat is all about. You're not fine.
What's the stat
C2
that's changing?
C2, C1 is C1. It needs to be objective and set in stone. That is what it is. That's what everybody wants to see. They don't care whether you're putting or not putting. They want to know how many times you land in C2 and what percentage of the time you get it in.
I mean, the biggest stat I'm looking at is what's your place at the end of the tournament?
That is ancillary to the real game, which is the Matt Green in performance on the Disc Golf stats page. Shout out to Matt Green.
I can't remember exactly what stat it was on there, but it was a bad stat, and I think I'm sitting at like 50th or something in there. I was like, oh, it's all right. I'm still top 10 in Oz.
Actually, I think
It was bad.
I messaged Shawnee Freeman because Shawnee Freeman was top 10 for C2 percentage.
Yeah, maybe it's something like that.
And
Anyway,
all I got back from Sean was lol.
hilarious.
Anyway, we need to start
moving
somewhere.
on.
Let's start with the Tassie Open, Paddy.
Yeah, so look, I was pretty pumped about this because it's the first time in a long time that I've actually, and I'm not counting South Australia. It's the first time in a while I've been, well, definitely on a plane and leaving the state to go and play disc golf.
Really?
So it was pretty exciting to get down to Austin's Ferry, play the Poimina course. I know there was a bit of talk about, it could be Wallaby, it could be this, but I don't care. I freaking love Poimina. It was an absolute blast. We had 13 in the open field, and the Big D Frost gets the win
First state champs, I think.
on the final hole. And it was a bit, so we weren't 100% sure whether going into it, where it was all at. Jade was up. We know the final hole was it was the downhill. It's got a lot of controversy about it because it's an OB island and it's super elevated. We had wind, we had everything.
And
anyway,
if you miss it, you've essentially got, if you miss the island, the drop zone is what, like a 11,
14?
12 metre, maybe 14 metre putt.
yeah,
Downhill with basically no real way to run it without either getting it or going directly OB again.
you either lay up, hit metal, or you're out of bounds.
Exactly, yeah.
And
then the wind in that last round was very hard to make the island, so none of the boys did.
Yeah.
And
I did. Thank you very much.
Well played. And you hit the putt right with a nice layup.
No, yes, I
And
laid
that
up,
went in
mate.
the stats as a
C2 miss,
Yep, good boy.
of course.
Good boy. But yeah, we're going to try and get Dan Frost on the phone. He's got a pretty big deadline to meet tonight, so we may or may not answer the phone. We're going to try and get him on to get the real story because after he drilled his drop zone putt, I went up to him and said, congrats on the win, mate, because Jade had missed his and gone OB. And Dan's like, no, I haven't won because he can make this for thing. I'm like, no, because you were 2 shots. It was only 1 shot up on this one. He's like, did I win? So he had absolutely no idea.
No idea.
He was genuinely surprised. So I don't wonder if that, is sort of factored into how, he maybe had less nerves on that drop zone putt because he was like, I'm probably not going to, probably doesn't matter anyway.
All right.
I don't know. Interesting one.
Tim, you're in Jade's position.
So he had the option
You have a 14-meter downhiller.
Yep.
You either hit that putt, you win. You lay up, you go to a playoff.
And the playoff was going to be hole 1 and 18 on repeat, I believe.
Yeah.
Which
And you've got a flight to catch.
you've got a flight to catch.
No.
flight-
Don't, yeah. Anyway, that's the scenario. You miss, you lose. What do? Do you go for the win?
Jade and laying up don't really go together. If I'm Jade, if I'm me, I'll probably lay it up.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll probably lay it up and,
Lay up,
and just
go to playoff.
Go to the playoff.
Yeah.
Yep. But Jade hit that putt in early round. I saw
He
him do
did,
it.
yeah.
And he's one of Australia's best putters. So I don't know. He's well within his right to go for that.
Yeah, 100%.
And honestly, that range, that putt, it depends on the wind, but most of the time we're going to draw some metal there.
Yeah.
And most of the time we're going to hit it, I would have thought. So
Yeah.
anyway,
No, I love that he went for the win.
big shout out to Frosty on getting the chocolates though. Well deserved. He's been smashing Aussie disc golf for quite a while, so it's good to see him get a big one.
Yeah, and look, it was pretty much anyone's game in that last 9 holes. But as we said, Dan with the win, Jade coming in second, myself in third, followed by Connor Donnelly by 1 stroke, just snuck in there. The scores were really tight. There was 1 stroke between the top 5. Wanted to shout out Sam Rubok as well, a local boy down there. Had an absolutely fire first and second round. Oh no, first round.
Got 6 in a row to finish the first round, I think.
Yeah.
Absolutely cooking.
Absolutely
with a lollipop
cooking.
in the mouth too, which was just the swagger, the aura on that last day.
I didn't ask him, but hopefully he's listening. He'll get back to us. But what flavour do you go for with the lollipop, Tim?
If you don't say strawberries and cream, chappa chap or chopper chop, however you want to say it.
Chappa chop.
I don't know how do you say it.
Yeah, not that. Yeah.
please take that out. But strawberries and cream all day, every day, right?
Yeah. That or watermelon. I'm a watermelon man.
Oh,
yeah.
mate. That's a bogey right there.
Anyway, so yeah, Sam taking out fifth there, and Atticus Ariston, who's not a kid anymore. He's a man. He driving himself to the course, finishes the cash in there, Tim.
How
Tim,
far
you're
off
just
was I?
outside.
Mate, I was flat as a tack after Tassie. I'm super comfortable on Poimina. First 2 rounds, I loved the course. It didn't love me. And then the last round, I just putted like an absolute chump. So it was very, very, very disappointing.
Yeah.
Was hoping to score sort of
look,
3 or 4 times better than that each round.
I think if you're looking from afar, the weather probably looked pretty good, but the wind got up in the afternoon and just really threw all of our putting off
It was
a bit.
breezy.
But anyway,
And did you
moving
know
on.
I racked up a milestone for me, Paddy? It was my 3rd rolled ankle during a just in the dumbest possible form. Do you want to hear how I did it?
Yeah, go on.
So at the end of
I haven't heard about this at all, so tell me.
at the end of day 1, we're having a mini distance comp. And I'm thinking to myself, don't do this, Tim. Like, you're too old. You're going to hurt yourself. But I was like, I really want to see how my camo Vibram Mini flies. Because I'm known for the camo Mini. You can't call me a foot fault if you can't see the Mini.
Yeah.
Anyway, it came back to bite me because I piffed that thing. And I was like, I need to fix my eyes on that spot. Otherwise, I'll never see the Mini again. Because it is camouflage. So I'm just walking ahead, staring at where it landed. And my foot goes straight into one of the Poimina cracks. And next minute, I hear the crack in the ankle. No bueno. Luckily, it was just affecting backhands. So that did definitely cost me a few shots, but luckily a bit sneak around and painkillers do wonders.
Yeah.
But
no
geez,
good, mate.
Could I just not roll my ankle? That'd be just so good. It was
stop.
right after round 1 as well. It's just 2 rounds to play on like a bruised, swollen ankle's not fun.
Yeah. Pretty easy. Stop doing dumb shit.
Yeah, don't like mini distance comp. Like I'm not like why? Don't do that. It's so dumb.
Anyway, or do you want to hear my dumb shit for the weekend?
Yeah.
I slept for 3 nights in a bloody capsule.
Yeah, okay. The capsule.
in a capsule hotel in the middle of Hobart. That was a plus because I could basically walk anywhere. But
Paddy, the capsule looked very seedy, if I'm being honest. Was it like a pay by the hour type arrangement?
no comment. It was look, it was pretty warm in there. There wasn't much airflow, but I would not recommend for 3 nights. 1 night,
Yeah.
I would. And the facilities were actually pretty good. But that was my dumb shit for the weekend. When you're plus 30 with a back like mine, that was not a good idea. Anyway, moving on into the MP40. So we had the 3 boys there. Payouts were to first and second. Pat Wilson with the win there over Brett Duffin by 7 strokes there. Pretty solid there. All right, next up we had the MA1 boys. So we had 7 in there. Coming in 7th was Benjamin Cohen. 6th was Hamish Dwyer. Taylor Zushna was 5th. And then we had a tie for 3rd with Camille and Sean in there. It was pretty solid. Good to see Sean Gosling out there as well. And then, sitting next up was Nur Santos. So pretty solid there.
Good to see Nur coming over from WA.
Yeah,
Good
that's
performance
a
from
big
him.
trip, actually.
That's
That's a
it.
huge trip. Moving on to FA1, there's just the one there, Simone McKnight. Then into the MA40, we had the 8. Top 3 was Matt Green, Owain Hyde in 2nd, and Mitch Graham taking out the win by 19 strokes, Timmy. Pretty convincing win there.
Huge.
Now, probably one of the closely watched battles going on this weekend was the MA50 boys. So we had the 6 in. It was very tight with the top 3. Johnny Cranny Cranston coming in 3rd there with a +7. Richard Lewishell just 2 strokes in front of him. And Lotus Kingston, he's maybe a local boy technically, because that's where he is from, but made the trip all the way from WA to get the win by 3 strokes. Super solid there from Lotus. Really solid play. In the MA2, top 3 was Dave Pearson in 3rd, Declan Hazem, and then Matt Hunter taking the win by 4 strokes. FA2, Grace Irwin takes the win. I think this might be her first win in the FA2. She's found out she's a partner of Matt, and really getting into disc golf. So
Should be all over the stats then.
yeah, took the win by 7 strokes there. In the MA3, third was Jeremy Parker, second Amos Kingston, and first Jason Vincent by a couple of strokes. FA3, Michaela Cooper gets the win over Millie Harzem. MA4, Jed Quinn gets the win in there. That's fun to say. Over Jeremy Frankham and Matt Fay. And then in the FA4, Anna Veronique Quinn gets the win there.
Nicely done.
Good to see that we had quite a few women playing.
Mate, it's just good to see people down in Tassie. Like that, this comp, back in the day, Paddy, you see like 20 runners. We had like 65-ish runners, which was awesome to see. So big shout out to Ed on the mic, running the show.
Best.
All the work that Matt Green and Alex Brindle do as well. The Tassie club's just kicking goals.
Yeah.
Very nicely done.
And they have some of the best sponsors in the world with the best cider down there. That's for sure.
Now, moving on, we're going to move over to the Garden City Open in Toowoomba. With TD by Joel Rubb. Oh, Paddy, what am I hearing here? Have we missed something?
Have we missed something?
Oh, look.
Oh, you think we forgot him? We didn't forget him. In the MA1 with his first win and his first shout out on the tee off, Big Tommy Attrell from Canberra takes it down by 9 strokes. Tom, you thought we forgot you. He's been waiting for the shout out. We wouldn't do it to you, buddy. Congrats on the win.
Tommy Attrell the Hun, 9 shots over Nur Santos. You better believe you're getting a shout out, mate. Awesome to see you get a win in MA1. Keen poker player, Tommy. Very, very keen with the chips and the cards too. So
really?
One to watch out for.
Oh, there you go. Well done, Tom.
Awesome.
Congrats, mate.
Apparently he's been waiting for his shout out on the pod for quite some time, so we had to...
Yeah, and you can thank the rest of the Canberra boys for setting that up. Yeah.
All right, we will move over to the Garden City Open in Toowoomba. Joel Rubb, TD, and we had 70 runners. Lukey Bain got the win by 5 shots over Hayden Fatini. And listen to this, Paddy. Bainey 10 down, Fatini 5 down. Third place and getting cash, Josh Morrison with 16 over.
16 over?
Apparently we had some absolutely wild weather in Toowoomba. Right. Just 30k winds with 60k gusts.
Nice.
So hence a big spread in the scores.
See, Josh... Don't look at stats, mate. Don't look at nothing. I'm looking at one stat there, and that's a podium with some cash in your hand.
Well done, J-Mo. And well done to Bainey on the win, mind you.
Yes, correct. Yep.
FPO, Sarah Champness had a 3-shot win over Sarah Maybe. MP40, Ryan Johnson had a 11-shot victory over Chris Palazzi.
Nice, smoking.
MP50, Gavin Cowan over Brendan DeLue.
Mm-hmm.
MA1.
All right. We got it. Yeah. This was the event, Tim.
Mate, I got a bit of a rundown, a scoop from Nathan Thomas about MA1 because Jesse Champness came from 8th place after round 2 and finishes with a tentatively rated 10.46 round 3, which got him all the way to a playoff, and then he went on to win that playoff in 2 holes over Joe Paul, which is... commiserations to Joey Paul in 2nd place, but Jesse Champness, that is just Gannon Burr-like territory, to be honest.
All right.
Rocking up with
his second round, Tim. His second round. Are they playing? They're all playing. It's the same course. I understand the conditions. He shoots a 15 over in round 2.
Yep.
15 over and then an 8 down.
That's crazy. That's 23 shot swing. That's more than a shot per hole, Paddy. Fair dinkum, Jesse.
That's ridiculous, man.
That is ridiculous. And,
is he going to get smoothed, do you think?
Smoothed? Well,
his rating.
How does this work with the ratings, by the way? So if you have a look at the PDJ event, it's 1040. If you click on whole scores, it's 1046. I have a feeling the 1046 has kind of been the better indicator of the final result.
Yeah, okay.
I'm not too sure.
Oh, I don't
I
really
hope
care.
it is, mate. 1046 is ridiculous.
That is smoking, man.
Awesome stuff. Luke Robertson, 2 shots back in 3rd place. MA40, Eamesy had a 4-shot win over David Shaw.
Just quickly, there was an event that you played this year, Tim.
Yes.
In the MA1.
Yes.
And you had a pretty high rating there too.
It was something like that, yeah.
What? I think there was a bit of discussion about what's the highest MA1 rating.
Well, it's not me, thank God. It's got to be Jesse Champness.
It's Jesse Champness. I think this is probably something we need to keep track of. But
That bloody round stitched me up, mind you.
Yeah.
So that rating pushed my rating above 975, I think was the cutoff. And I realised, because I was going to play Roughy Rumble in both divisions. And because my rating went up, apparently I'm not allowed to play MA1, if your rating's over 975 and your class is a pro.
Oh, no.
Man,
How disappointing.
Mate, I'm sending in written letters to all the authorities. They're not catering for the MPOs that want to play AMs. Very, very rude. Anyway.
Yeah, for the all 5 of us in Oz that affects.
I was just bummed because that Roughy Rumble course was really fun, and I would have liked to have played it again. But nevertheless, we move on.
Anyway.
Where was I? FA40, Sarah O'Shaughnessy had a win. MA50, Wade O'Shaughnessy had a one-shot win over David Todd. MA2, Samuel Wecker, 3 shots over Paul Burwell. FA2, Tenise Dark with a 7-shot win over Ash Dooley. MA3, Joshua Mills, 4 shots over James Bareham. MA4, Tom Fenton with a 7-shot win over Simon Kay. And MJ15, Tasman Shaw over Jake Garahy.
Yeah, very solid.
I think we have one more event to quickly shout out. That was the Fantasy Park Open.
Oh, yeah, we're having a quick look at that. Yeah.
WA?
So it's Waikiki in Western Australia. TD Paul Noisy Newsen, shout out to him. Well done. 60 players in total. So the MPO Karel Uksvarov.
Take a back seat, Paddy. I got these
Yeah,
names.
go on.
Karel Uksvarov. Let's try that again. Karel Uksvarov. That's not bad.
That's all right. Yeah.
And a one-shot win
I'd
over
accept it.
Finney. And
Super
2
solid.
shots over Jacob Davies.
Yeah.
FP40, Susan Summers over Joanne McCamish. MP50, Boat McQuaid over Ken Summers. MA1, Jesse Budge over Lucas Luoma. MA40, Lee
There's
Baker.
a new Budge in town. Look out.
Yeah, new Budge. Where is Budge? I miss Budge.
Yeah.
Tell him to stop working. Budge, if you're listening, stop working, mate. We want to see you out on the course.
Yeah.
MA40, Lee Baker, 1 shot over Matt Beard. MA50, Michael Cansey. Good to see a friend of the pod get a win, although is over another friend of the pod, Lotus Kingston. FA50, Tanya Leanne. MA60, Kim Holmes, still shredding over Scott Caldwell. MA2, Aidan Dightwig, 1 shot over Cal Hall and Johan Urakul. MA3, Asher Bartulovic, 3 shots over Kevin Peel. FA3, Crystal Goscombe. MA4, Bo Davis. And FA4, Danica Jones. Danica Jones. MJ15, Tom Baker.
Super solid. There's a few events coming up that we're keeping a pretty close eye on too. The biggest is happening this weekend, and suffice to say, there's a decent field here. I think the Sizzler is happening. 132 players, and I reckon it's packed out because this is the location of champs this year, so people want to get a bit of a look at the course. But
and look at that MPO division.
24 in MPO.
Division. I didn't know we had 24 MPO players in the country, Paddy. If I'm being honest, that seems like the biggest MPO field that we've ever had. I don't know.
Yeah.
24.
Vic Open's looking pretty solid, mate. Over 30.
I can't play it, so I haven't seen it.
We've had plenty over 30.
No way. Vic Open has 30 MPO players.
Yep.
I call bullshit.
Have a look. Dave Perry, Peaches Perry, sitting the highest rated there at 10-11. But look, you got some big hitters in there. Jade Brady, Luke Bain, Chili, Timmy, yourself is sitting in the 7th high, 981 rating.
Oh, look, we'll knock that down a bit. That was pre basketball season resuming, and the body's back to being tight. But we'll see how we go.
Yeah, look, plenty of hitters in that mix. I do notice that Aussie D is not on the list. He had to pull out late of Tassie Open with a potential calf injury.
Yeah, last I checked, you don't throw with your calf. I checked.
Oh, well, I've seen that dude shred just with playing standstill. So
don't know. He's got a beer and he's wearing thongs. So just.
I think
maybe
he was just rocked.
Just a late sign up.
He saw that Atticus is no longer 12 years old and he's 17 now. It just rocked his confidence, I think. Anyway.
I think the real story is him and I are the same rating right now.
Oh.
And he's just going to resume that title of being higher rated just by waiting for me to capitulate my rating. Which, to be honest, Aussie D, that's a very viable strat.
Rocked.
it's gonna work.
So it would be good to watch that one pretty closely. It looks like there's a few new faces to the MPO in there as well, which is good to see.
And so then we also have, we can't overlook this one too, the Kosciuszko Cup, or the Kosciuszko Cup if you're full Aussie bogan.
Yeah.
It's over in Moomba, New South Wales. Margaret Trail TD, and I know Ben Wynn and Adam Rigby's had a lot to do with this one.
Yeah.
So I'm seeing some pretty good flyovers. So make sure if you're playing Sizzler and you've got a little bit more annual leave up your sleeve, you sneak on over to the Kosciuszko Cup.
Yeah, look, the guys, they're putting in a lot of work. It looks like a pretty interesting alpine course. It looks like there's some open, it looks like there's some woods, there's some pines in there as well.
Saw one basket awfully bloody close to the water.
Yeah,
which, that'll be fun.
It looked within 3 meters of the water, and I think that's a trash in my eyes already. But it looked pretty picturesque as well. So it'd be interesting to see how it goes. I think this, if they keep pushing, it's early days, but keep pushing this event, and it'll grow. It looks pretty cool.
Mm-hmm. I know. Sorry, you got something else?
I was just going to say, SA Open, I wanted to shout it out as well. It's coming up. All of these events are coming up very quickly, and there wasn't much notice about it at all. But SA Open is back in Bel Air.
Paddy, just get on ADG sanction events. That's where they're all listed, mate. They're
cool.
For the entire year, mate. Just keep the page open.
Tim, they all came out within 3 months of the actual event, including the Vic Open. But look, that aside, it's really cool to see an event back at Bel Air. You will never see any coverage of it because SA Parks or whatever it is
that's right.
are a bunch of wankers, and they'll charge you 10 grand to actually record there. But we've been there, we've played there.
It's fun.
It's really fun. Accommodation basically on the course. Go check it out. And not too many people at the moment. Only the 37 players registered so far. So could be some points up for grabs, Tim.
Awesome stuff.
Yeah.
Now, we should try for Dan Frost, see if we're any luck getting him on the phone, because I do want to hear the insider scoop of Sizzler and the Tassie Open.
I want to hear what he thinks about stats.
We just called to have a chin wag. We just called to have a chat with friends. We just called to talk some disco and to catch up on the latest disco trends.
Tassie Open champion, how may I help you?
All righto. First question, Dan Frost. How's the head wobble going?
She's wobbly.
Nah, fair enough too, mate. Congratulations.
You caught me off guard.
The head wobble? I don't know. I think maybe another appendage is wobbling a bit, coming back to those Canberra boys. But Big D Frost, welcome back to the pod, mate. Kicking off 2026 with a major win. Can you tell us about how it went down in that final showdown on 18? Because,
look,
there's a few things with it.
The only reason I'm acting so on myself is because the win was so disgusting. Paddy witnessed it. I don't think I'd threw a single good tee shot on the back nine. It's actually pretty embarrassing. And it was only because Jade and Paddy also kind of shat the bed that I was even in with a chance. I think Timmy actually had to tell me that I was in with a chance after I eventually got there.
Mate, you hit the putt from the drop zone, and then Jade went OB, and I was like, "Oh, you've won! Congrats!" And you were like, "What, have I won?"
Yeah.
You're just not looking at the scores.
I had an inkling. I had a cheeky peek at the scores. I think it was on 17.
Mm-hmm.
But honestly, I threw away the championship about 4 times, and I just thought it was over.
Mm.
And then when I sunk the putt, I was like, "Oh, hang on, maybe." Jade obviously ran the putt going for the win. Afterwards, he told me he just didn't want to. He really didn't want to go to a playoff.
Mm.
I think he was scared, to be honest. But
we had a little chat about it. I think I personally would have laid that up, but I
Yeah.
could absolutely see Jade running that.
Yeah.
Oh, you could imagine what it would have been like if it went in. It would have been
Oh.
pretty special.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. But,
Yeah,
yeah,
no-
it was good. It wasn't pretty, like I say, but it's my first major win, so you take what you can get.
I tell you what, I had the pleasure of watching that. Well, most of it, the gallery watched that putt from the side angle. And Dan, when it came out of your hand, I thought that is the biggest air ball I think I've seen. That thing it was Barsby-esque. It had that much height, but mate, you had that nose angle perfect and it just slammed those chains.
Every now and then,
unreal.
I accidentally get the nose angle right, and that just happened to be one of those occasions.
No,
And you took home a really nice piece of silverware, right? Is that? I can't remember the trophy. Can you just talk us through what you actually picked up?
Probably describe it more as plushware. Let's just say Edie has a new favourite toy.
Dan, afterwards, mate, I couldn't tell whether you won a state champs on the Aussie Disc Golf calendar or the claw game at Coles, mate. Like, I had no idea. Come on, Ed. How's the TD?
That was a cool plush. I liked it. Yeah,
I'm not gonna throw it under the bus. He's a legend, and I was surprised, but it's pretty cool. It's sitting on top of my bookshelf. It looks kind of cool.
Yeah,
Oh, that's
So we
awesome,
take
mate.
it.
Yeah, I absolutely take it.
a good memento of the memories. But I think that final putt was pretty cool. Yes, there wasn't some amazing golf in that final 9, but look, it was
Oh,
sort
did
of
you talk
high
about a
stress.
chili 6 putt though? That was a pretty good highlight.
No, I didn't even know about that.
No, I didn't want to throw
Can
him
we
under
talk
the
about
bus.
Chili? I stayed with Chili, and he's my age.
Yeah,
I can't believe that man. He just runs on absolute, like he just never stops. I got up at 7:40 in the morning before round 3. Chili's already in the kitchen showered. I was like, "Oh, Chili, you're gonna go have a practice round this morning?" He's like, "Oh, I've already been." Like it's 7:40 in the morning, Chili. The man had 3 speed rounds with a Rask and a Rico, where he ran Poimina in 20 minutes.
yeah.
And after those
And got
3
a good
rounds,
score.
he shot 14 down. He
Yeah.
would have won Tassie Open.
Seriously.
So
But-
just
As a
crazy.
direct point of comparison, I was dragged around Wallaby Hill after day 2, and just trundled around with I was just absolutely cooked.
didn't you
and
played 3 holes in darkness as well or something?
It's
And
crazy.
so I regretted that. I wish I'd had some of Chili's stamina at that point, but he's something else.
It's impressive.
But the 6 putt was rough.
I mean,
That was
And-
hard to watch. Yeah, yeah,
The vibes on the card were just sky high after that.
yeah.
I look forward to watching it. Now, I know you're very busy, Dan. I hate to keep you. I appreciate you coming on the pod. Can we get a little bit of a scoop onto Sizzler? What are we expecting from the layouts?
Well, obviously we got nationals later this year, so this Sizzler is actually a C tier, but don't let that fool you. It's still going to be great. But yeah, in an attempt to kind of preview a bit of the course, but also keep costs pretty low, we've put everyone on the same layout, which is a little bit controversial, but with a couple of different pars and OB rules. It's
So it'll be
still gonna
different PDG events, right? Like layouts on the event, right? So
Yeah.
Ratings.
There'll be
I
different
mean-
rating system, yeah.
not that it matters, but I mean, people will still have fun, right? No, but
I think they will.
are you saying like the lower divisions might struggle because of the length? Is that what you're saying?
It's going to be a slog for them, but they're going to have pars to compensate for that.
Yeah.
But, what I've been saying is if you're a Div 1 player for Nationals and you're playing Sizzler, you could probably expect Div 1 Nationals to be a bit longer and tougher.
Mm-hmm.
And if you're a Div 2 player playing Sizzler, you can probably expect Nationals to be a little bit gentler, but still tricky. Like, you come out to play at Western, it's going to be a tricky round no matter what.
What if you're
No
a
matter
Div
what
2
division
player
you're in.
playing Div 1? Ask him
Good luck, mate.
Ask him for a friend.
Yeah, you can't help that, Timmy.
How, every time I've played Western, there's been a different number of holes. How many are we? 27, 22? Where are we
I've played
sitting?
24. I've definitely played 24.
I've played
We're going-
24.
We're going a happy medium average of 21.75 this year.
Okay. All right. Good.
No,
Good.
we have actually got it down to 18,
18.
Oof.
Okay.
Okay.
and that is the plan for Nationals, to have an 18.
Okay.
Yeah, cool.
Awesome.
All right.
You heard it.
I think that's getting me excited because 18 out there is probably a bit on the scarier side.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have how many, like what's par like?
It's hard to say. Like, I mean, Western can get very windy, as you guys know, and we sometimes get the afternoon thunderstorm roll through. I reckon, in terms of rating, I think par will be maybe 940, 950 for Sizzler, and for Nationals, I'd expect it to be 40 or 50 points higher. I'd say probably.
Yeah, cool.
But yeah, there are some new holes, like genuinely brand new holes, and then there are some modified holes, some holes that we've used at previous Sizzlers, some stock gold holes. So yeah, it's been like a bit of a process over a few years, just trying to dial it in, and I think we're getting there.
Nice,
just in time.
And have you got like any picks or any tips for the weekend? Because MPO's sitting at 24 players, looking pretty healthy. There's some big hitters in there, including yourself, Dan. Who are your thoughts? Who are you tipping?
First of all, is Austin playing? He's not on the list. He's going to be on the list though, right?
Austin may show up. Rego closes tonight, so Austin, get on it. No, you're probably not releasing this tonight, are you?
Oh, we'll release it just for
I'm going
that.
to shoot him a message, Dan. Don't you worry about that.
11:59.
Austin on the list.
Yeah, but you might have noticed Jade has signed up, a late sign up.
Yep.
He's been playing very well at Western. He didn't have the best Tassie Open, but even then he still came second and could have easily won.
Yeah.
Yeah, who else is coming? DP's coming.
Yep.
Dylan coming?
No. No deal. I know he's signing up for champs though.
Yeah, it's hard to go past maybe a DP Jade showdown. It'd be good to watch. Two very different games.
What about the real division, Dan? What about MA1? Is it Big Tommy Atrilla the Hun versus anyone else?
To be honest, Timmy, I have not looked at the Rego list for MA1.
Come on.
I assume Cam's going to make his way.
Yeah, Cam's there.
Yeah, Cam is there. Yep.
Give me some other names. I think Tommy is a very good shout.
There's a few people that are exactly 907 rated. Camille, is it Jake Ames and Tommy Atrilla are all 907.
Okay. Jake's no slouch. He can throw bombs as well.
Dean Parrott 937's the big dog, and Jeff Halbrin's in there as well.
Oh yeah, it'll be a good battle. But Tom is on his way up. He's a specimen. He throws far. He putts well.
He got his shout out on the pod. I know he was angling for one, so yeah, we may have stitched him up. We forgot to shout him out in the first place, but we went back and rectified our mistake. Anyway, Dan, we appreciate your time, mate. I know you got a bit of a project on the go at the moment, so thanks for coming onto the pod and wish you all the very best for Sizzler.
Also, I look forward to seeing you both there.
Thanks, mate. Well, just
Paddy,
him.
Closes tonight, mate. Get on it.
It may be my son's 5th birthday party on Saturday.
Oh, well, he's welcome to come and have his party at Western Park.
I guess he'll be disappointed. No,
Hey, it's my wedding anniversary, Paddy, and I'm still going to be out there shooting 10
You bringing
over.
your wife
That's
and
it.
the kids to the Sizzler. Oh, God. Your poor wife.
No,
all right. Thank you, Dan. And all the best for Sizz, mate.
Thank you. See ya.
Oh, what a good sport. Stoked to see him get the win down there. Timmy, Sizzler, man, I'm a bit bummed to miss it. I did want to go see Western. It'll be a good look at champs, but Tim, I'm sure you'll tell us all about it once you come back.
Yeah, look, just going up there for a good weekend away, mate. It'll be fun. All
right, next up, we popped out some questions to the old Graham, and a few things came through. We were asked to shout out the Kosciuszko Cup, which is happening not this coming weekend, the following. So jump on that, have a look. They're pushing that hard. We've already sort of shouted out once, but hey, you chuck it on the... you reach out to us and we'll shout it out twice. The other question that came in was just a question about the Oz Tour or an Aussie event getting in on Tour Down Under. Now, Timmy, I think we've heard some rumours and stuff, and we only know them as rumours, but is maybe the Eruption going to try and make an appearance?
I'm not sure. You tell me, Paddy.
Look, I don't know. I think it's just a rumour at the moment, but You know, if you were going to put a course onto Tour Down Under, you'd have to choose something on the East Coast, and it'd have to be a bloody good course. Mount Gambier is a little bit of a stretch to travel to, but we know Crater Lakes is an absolute bombing course and great event to get to. The other courses I can think of is probably Inverleigh, as far as, you know, the challenge to actually play and hit that. What else would you say?
I mean, I'm not
Queensland?
really thinking about courses, to be honest. I'm thinking about clubs and TDs that have put their hand up to run something of that stature.
Yeah.
And for me, it's Ryan and Michelle. They're the two. So I think probably Crater's the best chance for that. And the Mount Gambier Disc Golf Club does amazing work, and they've got very good TDs down that way. So that'd be our best bet, I would have thought.
I did actually, it might be another rumour, but maybe the Eruption's dropping off the Aussie Tour?
Well, I heard that it's not going to be a major.
Yeah.
It'll instead be Rumble in the Crater a couple of months earlier, which will be the major.
Okay.
I'm not sure of the reasons for that, but I mean, the fact that it does feel like having Eruption right before Champs. Eruption kind of overshadows Champs a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe spreading out the big events a little bit more, maybe is the logic behind that.
Yeah.
I still feel like everyone's going to get around Eruption because Eruption is Eruption.
You could have that as, you know, I don't know, a league.
Yep.
People would rock up.
In terms of tour, like I have absolutely no idea what the tour is, to be honest.
I mean, you know, who actually cares about it?
I mean, I still remember last year when you told me at one point that I was leading.
Yeah.
And I was like, are you kidding me, really? Amazing.
Well, yeah, you play the most events and you lead. That's how it works,
I've
apparently.
got a framed screenshot printed out on my wall at home, me on the top of the leaderboard. Anyway,
who did win?
It's got to be Blake, right?
Sure. Yeah, I suppose so. Yeah. I don't know. Anyway. Yeah, so as far as Aussie getting on the Tour Down Under, I guess we kind of like to see it. It could be pretty tricky. I don't know how it would really work. I'd just like to see Oz do its own thing. Maybe a little 3 tournament leg or something. I don't know, but I don't know. We can't do a tour for the whole year, so I don't know how that's going to change anything. But Tour Down Under seems like its own thing.
They're smashing it. I mean, Henry and Pearsall and the New Zealand crew just amazing.
Yeah,
seeing all the pros get up there is just crazy.
Yeah, and I mean it's been pretty awesome seeing our New Zealand across the lake players get the kudos that they deserve.
Mm-hmm.
And man, there's been some outstanding play. I mean, we're about to see Levi go over and actually play on the Pro Tour, which I think a lot of people have been waiting for and watching.
Mate, his Instagram reels and things like that, absolutely love it.
Yeah.
You see all the disc golf putter tricks and stuff that he can do?
Yeah.
It's best. I'm glued to that sort of stuff.
Yeah. Maybe you should just focus on putting.
Nah, the tricks, mate. I'm all about the tricks.
Anyway, we digress, but yeah, we'll see. I don't think Aussie will be on the Tour Down Under. They should do their own thing. I don't know.
Agreed.
Anyway, and the other one, Timmy. So when I was down in Hobart, we were sort of talking about Champs and how it sits in November and there's events around it and it's just always a mad rush and it's a bit crazy. I would like to see it, and the weather seems to be always pretty shit. I would like to see Champs move to Aussie summer. But I was talking to Cranny about it, and he had an interesting idea because it always seems that the other event that happens, if you have a major in the state that where Champs has been allocated, it usually suffers a bit unless you are thinking well ahead and you can move the event to at least 6 or 7 months before. But it's a lot of stress to put on a club and volunteers. And Cranny had an interesting idea about it. He said, well, what if you just, ADGC doesn't happen, it's not an event on its own, it's a title and it moves with that state champ. So like, for example, Queensland, next time it comes there, instead of the Queensland Open, they have Champs over that and it happens in July and it just moves along the calendar. And his example was kind of like, well, Worlds is the biggest event in PDGA but it always happens in the middle of summer, in the middle of the year. And it's, why not look at something like that? I
So
don't
you're
know.
telling me Sizzler this weekend could be champs? That's what you're saying?
Potentially,
Champs
yeah.
just takes over Sizzler.
Yeah.
I mean, first of all, didn't we used to have champs in summer? Wasn't it in January or February?
The only one that I ever remember was the one that we ran.
I'm pretty sure it was always January or February, and it was like at the start of the disc golf or of the calendar year and start of the disc golf season.
I remember it
And we
used to be
moved-
at the beginning, which was
Yeah.
weird.
Oh, it just
Yeah.
makes sense for me to have it at the end. What's wrong with
Yeah.
November? The fact that it's over school exams, which
School exams is a shit time of year. I mean, now that we're getting older and life gets busier, like you lead into December is off its tits busy, and then November's just getting even more so. And I mean, we've seen like Ryan Hart, like a few of these really big up and comers, like exams and all that falls into it. I don't know, November. Like I understand that to have it at the end of the tour, but why you could do it like a mid-year to a mid-year. It doesn't have to be, hey, it starts at the start and ends at the end. Like, I don't know.
I kind of like champs being like the end of the season, or like close to. So you can move it to December. I don't mind. I feel like January is encroaching on the next season, so I feel like it needs to be November or December. And look, to be honest, I know uni exams aside, like you can't skip those. Doesn't matter how busy you are. If you want to play champs, you play champs. If life's going to get in the way, you miss out on champs. That's just it is what it is.
It's interesting. I just I thought it was an interesting point and something that I've never thought about. So yeah, if you've got any thoughts on that, love to hear it. Send it in.
Yeah, very interesting. I just remember it being odd. I remember when I first started playing disc golf and playing all the comps, I was like, why is champs like the start of the season? It seems like it feels like it should be a final, like a grand final.
Yeah, no, I 100% agree with that.
That was very strange.
But just like if it did fall within the, like it maybe would put a little bit of take a bit of stress off some of these, clubs that maybe aren't as strong and having to run or trying to run big events. I don't know.
They should slap it like in that sort of Boxing Day through to like the January 10th range, because that's where I play my ultimate disc golf. That's I'm just like 1,000 rated.
I tell you what, I don't know. I'm sure there's people who would disagree, but I would love to see Vic Open move away from Anzac Day weekend.
Yeah, can't play it, which is a bit of a bummer.
Yeah.
Plus, my team's always playing the footy, so it's a bit of a shame.
And
apparently,
it's always expensive. It's a public holiday, but it's so dear.
Well, I think isn't the Monday like not a public holiday this year?
It's not a public holiday.
Okay.
So everyone's going to have to take time off anyway, and that's for the next 2 years.
Buddy, I think you just got to come to the understanding that literally, like, there's no good weekends to put the disc golf tourneys on. Like, they're just always going to be some reason that makes them hard to get to or busy or expensive. So you just have to cop it, mate. If you want to go, you go, and if you don't, you just hide in your cave with Austin.
Pulled my calf. I can't play. I guess I'll keep my stats.
You know he's going to rock up and shoot like 10, 30 rounds.
100%. And it'll all be standstill. I've witnessed that. Look. Anyway, thanks for listening to the first episode back in 2026. Very excited for the year and to bring you a little extra content. We might even we filmed a little practice round the other day, Timmy. So
yeah, look, we got some renewed enthusiasm, so we're going to be committing to fortnightly pod and hopefully have a little bit of something in between.
Yeah.
Be
So
good.
please send in any topics or questions, anything you'd like us to discuss. And until next time, we hope you get out and play some disc golf with your mates.
So that's the end of the episode. Thanks for listening. I don't know why you're still here. We have to go see our families. Seriously, just go play disc golf.